Today, the 31st, the ending of the first month of a new year, January 31st, 2020. Tomorrow will be 6 months since Hurricane Dorian. 6 months in, the debris on the front street of the capital city of Mashaba have not been removed. 6 months in. Pelican Shores, they're playing politics with the people of Pelican Shores, trying to see which FNM they're going to give it to. 6 months, the people of Pelican Shores had the debris on the side of the street. 6 months in, it's still there. 6 months in, the schools, thank God for the volunteers that they clean the debris from around the school. And you imagine American workers are repairing our primary school roof. The government of the Bahamas haven't got around to issuing a contract to rebuild our schools, to bring our kids back to some sense of normalcy. Not one contract, high school, primary school. This is amazing but unbelievable. But this is the FNM government. The Prime Minister, Minister Sands, they're out there campaigning. They're campaigning while Abaco people are sleeping on the floor, sleeping outdoors, sleeping in tents. They're campaigning to try to be the government. They have 2 islands. You imagine, they are the government for all of the country, 2 islands. Abaco, Central Abaco. Only the Central Abaco is being devastated. Green Turkey, Guanakee, Manawa, Hopetown, Marshaba, Dunderstown, Murphytown, Central Pine, Spring City. That's it. That's all the concentration in Abaco that the government has to deal with. But guess what? They haven't even dealt with their buildings. You imagine, Category 5, that town has been exploded like a bomb hit it. Every sensible thinking government would recognize that before the hurricane, the most important port next to Grand Bahama Nassau was Abaco. Hundreds of millions of dollars were coming there on a normal basis. Now, everything has to be brought in. And custom is in a tent, in a trailer. The most important agency right now into rebuilding should be the custom dock. Remember, before the hurricane, the Americans were going to close it down because it was like a hog pen. Nothing was in order. Well, guess what? 6 months later, people are bringing their stuff out. They're out in the elements. The building has not been torn down. They haven't issued a contract to rebuild. Customs is in a toilet, a little small, whatever somebody put. I don't even think the government did that. I think one of the shipping company gave Customs, this is the government workers, give them some place to work. Where is Darren Henfield? Where is James Albury? Your people came back home, Customs, they're living in a makeshift hotel. They got a makeshift trailer that somebody donate, and all the millions that the government has received. One of the biggest agencies, the most important agency that has to see through hundreds of millions of dollars come to this Marshall port. Nothing is up and running. 6 months in. The government of the Bahamas, this FNM government, under the brilliant leadership, I said the brilliant, most honorable Hubert Minnis government. They've come down there hundreds of times, but what have they done? We have the defense force there. Everybody in Abaco is asking the same question that Kai is asking. Why is the defense force there? why is Michael Simmons there? And the defense force go from one extreme to the next. They got hundreds of guys there. All I see them doing is toting fuel and toting water all day like a bunch of jackasses. They just toting things all day and all night. They're getting drunk. Now Michael Simmons went downtown and blocked up the waterfront. We're not allowed free passage through our streets because of Michael Simmons. And that's okay, because Darren Henfield, that's his boy. You see, he's a lieutenant, so he know Michael Simmons personally. He know the brute he is, and that's what he thinks of Abaco. Let's leave the worst of the worst in the downtown area of Marsh Harbor to brutalize and to disrespect his people after hurricane. I left there. I watched on Monday or Tuesday of last week. They loaded over 40 generators inside the tent that Michael Simmons command now. It used to be the food distribution, but now he taken over as the Defense Force base. And they got 40 generators there under Michael Simmons' guard. The last time that happened, they delivered them empty boxes. But the question is, people still do not have electricity. Who are the generators for? Is the generator for Michael Simmons and the Defense Force to steal again? I've never seen an agency that stole and continued to steal and disrespect after such a huge storm. In America, every one of them brutes. That's why I love America. They don't care who you are, what position you hold, who your friends is, who your colleagues is. If you're a thief, you're a criminal, you're brought before the courts. The first thing the Americans will do is do an investigation, but not this country. Bunch of crooks, bunch of thieves. And how can it be allowed to continue after a storm? The generators are in the tent today, right at the Union Jack dock, while people need them. Do we have to have a political figure come to distribute them? I know the Prime Minister's campaigning. Is he going to bring Darren down and shake your hand and give you a generator like it's his personal generator? They are not your generator. They belong to the people that went through a hurricane. Why are they not given out yet? Back to the dock. You would think that before the hurricane, the United States government threatened to disallow any of their ships or any ships coming out of the Marsh Harbor port into America. You would have thought that any thinking government would have had a plan already in place before the hurricane, because the port was no good. Now it is being decimated by Hurricane Dorian, and to date, no plan to rebuild it. I didn't even know why the Americans are leaving, allowing their boats to come in when this government has no plan to actually remove the debris. The debris is still there. It's still there. Where is the plan to put custom back into some type of normalcy? What is the plan if somebody bring goods in? Let me help somebody. I told Darren them, all they gotta do is watch my video and get some sense while sense is passing by. If you have goods come, you have a general deck of your stuff, you have Defense Force at the gate, you have custom, you have two agencies. So why you have to go to this one-stop garbage shop with all this paperwork? It's a bunch of nonsense. What are you going to do with this paperwork? Use it for toilet paper? After you accumulate millions and millions of dollars of paperwork, where are you going to put this paperwork to begin with? This is what to do, Darren Henfield and Minnis. People bring their stuff. They have their general deck. You present it to custom. Custom take off everything there at the dock. You go through the gate, Defense Forces taking off everything there anyway. That's two take off. Why we need a fourth, a fifth, and a sixth person in an office that the right hand don't know what the left hand doing? It's a bunch of confusion. Why are y'all adding extra burden onto people's brains? We know that y'all government is stupid, but try to act intelligent. Don't act like a bunch of asses and idiots like y'all are being doing. This is a disgrace after a hurricane. In Haiti, After the earthquake, they had a better flow of the stuff coming in. I imagine you imagine you driving people, and they say they work for Florida Power and Light. They had a 50, 60-man crew with trucks to come in and to help with electricity on Green Turtle Key. They were going to hit that first, then come into the inner city. Our illustrious Prime Minister said, no, we're good. We're good. Good what? When? We're not good yet because the workers that are there, they're already frustrated. They had some foreign fellas there. They're gone already. You know what it meant for the Americans to put 50-man team with trucks on Abaco? We'd already been electrified. Guess who got electricity for us in Central Pine? The Canadian manager that the F&M brought down there. He made sure that got himself electrified. And after this workers started to complain, he trickled a little bit of electricity into Central Pines. If the manager, a Canadian manager, could get electricity in Central Pines a month ago, you think that all of Central Pines couldn't be electrified? They could have brought electricity to the church. The only church that has all the giveaway and all the stuff at Friendship Tabernacle. Friendship Tabernacle is less than a mile where the manager of BEC went and had his workers electrified him. He waited 2 months ago. 2 months ago, he's been electrified. Nobody else in Central Pine is electrified besides him. Why is this happening? Where is the leadership when we need it? I told you all when I run for election, Kai cares, I have never left you, and I will be here. Everybody is gone, coming and going, but Kai is still there trying to educate Darren Henfield and James Albury that the manager of BEC, he's a crook, he needs to go. If he believed that only him one need electricity in Central Pines and the poles are available, the electricity is available, and only him one could be electrified and air conditioned at night, he needs to go. But where's the leadership to say that? This is one of these Kai Care video. Leadership is hard to find, but I'm trying to do the best that I can. You're live on WCAY, putting my neck out there for the people that voted for Darren Henfield and James Albury, who haven't had a meeting with us in 6 months after a Category 5 hurricane. We have not had a meeting with Darren Henfield nor James Albury to date. Happy Valentine, y'all. God cares. Kai cares. That's why I'm here.